penúltimo capítulo de Cuarentena World, Mundo en Cuarentena. Esta serie de videos en vivo donde converso con amigos de distintos lugares del mundo para ver cómo se está viviendo el coronavirus y la pandemia. The first guest of the day is Sam from Melbourne, Australia.
Hi!
Hey.
I didn't understand anything you just said, but I heard Australia.
The second guest, she's a girl from Japan and her name is Yukari.
Hey,
How you doing?
very good. Sorry, my internet is so slow.
So it's been like 3 years, I think?
I think almost 4, yeah.
It was last year around this time.
Yeah, we met in 2017 in Buenos Aires.
We met in Argentina when we were both solo traveling.
You were traveling with your friend through South America, Central America.
She's actually just in the other room. We now live together.
So we went to Uruguay together because we are both vegans. We went to animal sanctuary, I forgot the name,
Santuarios Salvajes.
Yeah, that one.
So we did I think it was about a 2-month trip. So we started in Mexico and we went all the way down and finished up in Argentina.
Oh, nice. That's so cute. Yeah, the animals were really cute.
And we went to protest for animal liberation, right?
So we did Mexico, Guatemala, Cuba, Colombia. We did Peru, Bolivia, and finished in Argentina. So whirlwind trip, but it seems so long ago now.
Right before I went to South America, I quit my job to be a freelancer. That was one of my first time to have a chance to have a long vacation.
What country did you like the most and why?
I'd have to say...
Did you know any Spanish or no?
I studied Spanish before, but that was like really useful.
I think it's very brave for you to come to Latin America without knowing any Spanish.
Maybe.
Probably Colombia. Colombia was amazing. Just really interesting history. Obviously, visited Medellin. We went up the mountains and just some really cool places there.
It was really nice because the vegan community in Latin America was really friendly and welcoming. Some Facebook groups I posted if anyone wants to meet up or if anyone have any suggestions for vegan restaurants or vegan volunteering.
So I'm 27. I work as a corporate lawyer. I work in a big law firm in the city. Currently, obviously working from home.
So I live in East region of Japan. I would say close to Tokyo. Work in design industry, but it's like in between design and startup. So I help launching new products, services, or app.
I live with 2 friends. One girl from school, the one that you met, Tess. And then the second friend, she's just recently moved in and she's another lawyer, but at a different firm. So we've been living out of home now for 2 years.
And then other days I work on creating vegan videos.
I know it. You have a YouTube channel, right?
My channel is called Yasashi Planet. Vegan cooking videos, vegan restaurants reviews.
Tell us a little, how's coronavirus there in Australia?
I think for Australia, we're doing pretty well when you compare it to other countries, especially America and the UK, obviously.
It's still very unstable. Things got really serious around March.
But in Australia, you know, it's big news at the moment because everyone's worried that we're about to have our second wave.
From April and May, we've been in quarantine.
And by second wave, that means, you know, 33 people tested positive for coronavirus in the last 24 hours. I think we're doing pretty well if that's like what we're considering a second wave.
Many companies started remote working. And then because of the economic situation, many people started going out mainly for work.
I had a little bit of a look at the statistics. I think we're at about 124 deaths since it all began. Around maybe 6,000 or 7,000 people have tested positive across the whole of Australia.
What are your thoughts on your government's strategy to fight the virus?
It's a really hard question. In the beginning, I thought our government was very slow to react.
We've taken a very conservative approach. So if you can work from home, everyone's working from home. No one's going onto public transport.
They had to hear more from the professionals on pandemics. that's the things they need to improve on.
We did it in phases. So there was a phase 1, big bars and clubs had to shut down. And then there was a phase 2 where like gyms had to close, beauticians had to close. It was a funny one where you could still get the hairdresser. And our Prime Minister came out saying, you can get your hair cut, but it has to be done in 30 minutes. Everyone cracked the shits because they're like, no. Hairdressing takes at least 2 to 3 hours. Like a lot of weird rules like that. You know, if you wanted to have a wedding, you could only have 5 people attend. Have a funeral, you could have 10 people attend. So there was all these jokes about just pretend it's a funeral, but it's actually a wedding. It was very unclear and it's still unclear. The rules keep changing. Oh, my dog's just joined.
It's kind of virus. I think no one else knew what to do with it.
It's never happened before. Nobody knows how to deal with it.
Tell us a little about your healthcare system.
I don't think it's as worse as other countries.
Yeah, so we've got a pretty good healthcare system in Australia. We've got this thing called Medicare, so everyone can sign up for it. I can go to the doctor for free. It kind of works in the tax system.
But people in general try to avoid going to hospital anyway. I don't think it's that like a collapse situation.
I think what the problem was, we didn't have a lot of ventilators. In Victoria, which is the state that I live in, I think we had something like 500 ventilators for the entire state. Melbourne alone, there's about 4 or 5 million people. As you can imagine, like 500 ventilators is not going to do the job. That's kind of why we took a really, really strong approach to saying to everyone, stay home, keep safe, so that we could put in the request, get the ventilators, get the masks, get the hospitals equipped, so they're now ready. And so if the second wave does come, it will be a lot better equipped. And I think that's sort of why we've managed to keep safe and not have too many deaths.
I think this lockdown gave me opportunity to rethink how I want to spend my time, what I want to focus on.
For the first few weeks, I was very motivated. I was exercising more. I was cooking all these fancy meals. And then after 3 weeks, I was like, nah, I just want to sleep all the time. Like, I don't want to go out and I don't want to do things.
Started new hobby, learn new instruments, started yoga teacher training.
I roll out of bed, I walk 2 steps to my desk to log in for work, and then I sit there, and that's kind of my day. It's just back and forth from bed to the desk.
Just having some time to think about life in general, doing some gardening, buying new plants for home. So it's been quite nice.
I think now as restrictions are lessening, there's also that anxiety of, okay, well now it's time to go out and go see people, and what's that going to be like? You know, I can't even remember the last time I sat down with a group of friends to have a chat.
Thanks to all people watching. You can send some questions for Yuki if you want.
There are so many people that are on their own and they've just been in their house on their own all day, every day. People just obviously become a lot less friendly, not nice.
How and why you became a vegan?
Inspiration was from my friend who was vegetarian. We went together to many veggie restaurants and that was really tasty.
So I'm a lawyer, so a lot of my job is having client meetings face to face. So that's all been via video. So when I talk to my bosses, it's all via instant message on the computer and just like screen sort of, you know, texting. I've almost got into fights with a lot of people because there's a lot of miscommunication. People message you one thing and so you think, okay, that's what they're saying. And then you go do it and they say, that's not what I said at all.
I asked myself, should I go vegetarian by it to extreme? And I searched online footage on animal slaughter and that was like, oh, that's it. Like I can't eat anymore. So that was the first step for my vegan journey.
When you don't have this face-to-face, you can't see emotion, you can't see hand gestures. It just takes so much away from you. And then obviously, you know, a lot of businesses are really suffering at the moment. So we're losing a lot of work.
And how many years ago was that?
Almost 5 years ago.
You became a veggie first and then a vegan, or immediately a vegan?
I took some baby steps. So first I cut out meat, so pescatarian at first. Because in like as a Japanese, I thought giving up sushi was a bit too hard for me.
I think I've been working from home for almost 3 months now. People don't care anymore. Like they're not following the rules anymore. There was an article the other day about 75 to 80% of people are following the rules and it's dropped down to like 20-25%. So everyone's just over it.
I realized that fish also definitely sentient beings, so I shouldn't kill. The cheese was the hardest because I like cheese. But again, I researched a lot and I decided that dairy and cheese is also cruel.
Someone sneezes and it's like, oh, coronavirus, I gotta go get tested. No, it's like, it's natural. You gotta get a cold, you're gonna get a flu. Like, it's not the end of the world, but you don't know until you test what it is.
My family were like really surprised. They asked me like, did you like go into the cult or something? I was also worried about my health because they didn't know any vegans. I had to explain to them like it's okay. Health-wise, it's okay. And in time, they learned to get used to it.
We're all kind of joking, hey, like 2020 was meant to be this great year. Started off with Australia on fire. Got over that. Next minute, like the whole world's going crazy over this pandemic.
I want to know if in Japan there's this culture of eating dogs and cats like in China or nothing like that.
No.
Do you think there's a difference? Because for many people, they think of eating dogs and cats like, no, there's no way you eat dogs and stuff. But they eat cows and other animals. So what are your thoughts on it?
It's been mental. So the bushfires, I'm in the city, so for us it's not too bad. Obviously there were days where it was really smoky. You couldn't breathe, like everyone was wearing the masks.
I think before going vegan, I would think eating dogs and cats are like out of imagination. That sounds horrible. But after going vegan, just like you said, to me, it's no difference. Like pigs, dogs, they both have feelings, they both feel pain. Saying it's horrible to eat dogs doesn't really make sense to me.
When you go out there, it's destroying whole towns. The wildlife was affected. I think they said something like 1 billion animals were killed in the bushfires. So it's really affected the wildlife, the koala population and all of that.
Do you think people will ever be more conscious about eating fish, seafood and stuff? They're going to be more aware of that. Those animals also feel...
I think that's the most challenge for Japan because in Japan, they think eating fish is vegetarian.
We started getting all these ads on TV saying, don't travel overseas, travel to your local country town, like support them, put your money in there. And then suddenly coronavirus hits. It's like, no, don't leave your house. So you've got all these, you've got all these townships out there who were really relying on people being able to travel and visit. And now nobody can go anywhere.
I personally get some comments like that, like when I say I don't eat fish and they go like, but Japanese Buddhism eat fish. So it's really hard for me, but I really hope people realize they feel pain.
And then obviously a lot of the government funding is now going towards upgrading hospitals and getting them all prepared for sick people. And a lot of that money that was meant to be going towards, like caring for animals, caring for towns, building houses, it's kind of been forgotten and sort of overtaken by this pandemic.
There are more and more vegan restaurants opening up, especially since last year. In normal restaurants, it's hard to get vegan options. Having vegan restaurant is not enough. So the best way is to have vegan options in almost every restaurant. That's like, we have a long way to go.
Just before coronavirus started, I broke up with my boyfriend. So I was looking forward to 2020, going out to the clubs, getting drunk, having a good time. I was really looking forward to having like a big year of going out and seeing things and doing stuff. I've got really good at making puzzles though, so...
Someone says, I think it would be amazing and really effective if Corona causes a global effort on a political level for most countries to go vegan or consider vegan more.
Definitely.
Yeah, that's a very good one. And what is the first thing you're going to do when this whole thing is over?
Oh, I am definitely going to the pub and just like ordering a beer.
And talking about food, do you remember this?
Oh, your homemade falafel. Yeah, that was so good.
It was very rare that we both were vegan at the same place at the same time. Never happened to me before.
Me neither.
Look, I'm trying to be optimistic. I definitely think we're going to learn something from it. I think people have taken a step back. Family has become a lot more important to people.
Here, another comment. I try to be vegetarian, but it's very hard for me. Can you give me any advice to reach a goal?
Maybe watch the documentary called Earth Things.
Also, you can watch What the Health on Netflix.
Yeah, What the Health or Game Changers.
Game Changers, very good.
In the law firm, senior associates and partners worked in crazy hours and they don't have time for their kids, whereas now there's no excuse. Like, you're home, your kids are there, you're going to spend time. So I think that's been really positive.
But I think the best way is revisit why you are doing. If you don't have strong motivation, obviously it's really hard.
My worry is everyone's going to go back to the way that they were. It's back to Instagram all the time, dressing nicely, getting all the nice new clothes, getting all the accessories and things like that. Whereas, right now it's just put on the same pair of trackies every single day.
And I think you have to start little by little, giving up on meat, pork, chicken, but step by step.
I mean, I hope that it brings positive change, but I definitely think there'll be a lot less trust. Walking down the street, someone bumps you, it's are you clean? Are you sanitized?
I think we are at a crucial point. We need to save the planet, and we have to change our way of thinking and our lifestyle, including myself, knowing that this kind of pandemic can be prevented if we stop exploiting animals, because those kind of pandemics come from putting animals in small and unhealthy cages.
But I think in terms of work's going to become a lot more flexible. Before, you'd say, can I work from home? And they say, no, it's not possible. Now we're all set up for it. Everyone can work from home. That'll be a good change, flexibility with work.
More and more people realize that this kind of animal exploitation is not sustainable. We think what we are doing to the planet and animals, because it all comes back to us as well. Some people went vegan. I know one burger shop became vegan because of the COVID. So that's
very good.
Yeah, that's nice. And I think it will continue even after the COVID in some way.
Yeah, so the last question is, how do I pronounce your last name? Because I didn't know how to say it.
Curry. I pronounce it curry.
So I think that's it. I want to thank you so much for this moment. It was very great to see you and talk to you, for taking the time to do this meeting, because I know you have guests or something going on in your house.
We've got a big fire out the backyard.
Oh, happy birthday.
That's so nice. Thank you so much. Can I blow the candle? Thank you so much, Yuki. Please take care.
Yes, you too. Stay sanitized.
You too. Stay safe and stay happy.
See ya.
Have a great time.
Bye.
Have fun. Bye.
Thanks. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
So this episode will be up on my profile at Leonardo Cabezas or youtube.com/Leonardo Cabezas. Please stay tuned, because Tuesday will be the last episode of this series called Quarentena World in Quarantine. Thank you so much, and I'll see you all soon. Bye.